All right. Today I'm sitting here with my dear friend Anusha, who is also an elder sister to a lovely sibling. We're going to be talking about something that perhaps both of us have been carrying quietly for years. And I've just named it, or I've tried to name it. It's called the elder sister syndrome. Let's explore this, Anusha. What are your thoughts? How are you navigating through this elder sister syndrome? How is your current relationship with your sister? All of that. But just first thoughts. Do you accept that you have been quietly carrying this elder sister syndrome for some time now?
I do, I think, for as long as I can remember. And you have named it rightly as a syndrome because I do feel that it is a psychological issue. A lot of times we do things over and beyond, which are sometimes not required, not asked for. Yeah, I think I've been carrying this for as long as I remember. But I think the realization of it or the weight of it has been felt only in the recent past. When I think you arrive at a certain age where uh, you don't listen to your parents much. A lot of the decisions have been taken by your own.
Yeah.
And in fact, even your parents are in a position where they are looking at you for suggestions. That
Yes.
is the time when you realize that, okay, I've been doing this with my sister for far too long. And suddenly you become an in charge for taking care of your parents, your sister, and many other things that you probably did not expect out of yourself. So
Yeah.
yeah, to answer your question, I can say that I've been doing it for as long as I can remember.
Ditto. And you
I'm
know
sure.
it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But from your perspective, Anusha, and growing up, do you remember incidents where relatives or parents, for that matter, have come to you and said that, you know what, you are the elder sibling or you are the elder child, so you need to kind of lead the way for your younger one, or you are more responsible, so you need to act and behave in a certain ways because your sister will be looking up to you and sort of following your path. Have people come to you and made you behave in a certain way, or is it something which has happened almost naturally to you, that you just were the elder child and hence you were the poster girl for everything perfect?
I wouldn't call it everything perfect, but I was the later from the options that you just mentioned. I was someone who was very instinctively and naturally responsible. I don't remember a particular incident when my parents or anybody told me that you have to be responsible for your sister, you have to take care of her. But I think it did come very, very naturally to me. I think not at the setup when I'm with my parents or we are at home, we are at the safe space, but the moment we would step out of our home. For example, me and my sister studied in the same school together. And I still remember I was very early on. I think she was hardly about in first or second standard. And I probably was about in fifth standard or something. She mentioned about being bullied by a couple of, children in her
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
And I remember going to her class in the recess and just smacking the shit out of those people because I was like, how could you bully my sister? That's only
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah.
Jokes apart, but
Yeah.
because I remember that I couldn't take anybody saying anything to my sister outside of our periphery.
Yeah.
And growing up, I think with time it increased to a certain extent that I wouldn't even allow my parents to say anything to her. I think the
Okay.
craziness evolved slowly, but
Yeah.
I think it definitely started from becoming extra protective when we are outside because out of the two of us, she was more extroverted. She would, talk to people. She would go out and play, and I was not that kind of a person. Nobody
Hmm.
had to ask me to show an example. I
Huh.
already was very introverted, very silent, a nice kid. Whatever parents would tell me, I would do that, and I would also try to like teach her certain things and she would never listen to me. So I think no, instinctively became that person because the moment we stepped out it was like I know this girl is going to cause trouble for herself, so I have to do something with her.
Yeah. 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 I agree. I think it was almost a similar scenario in my case. So the parents never said anything to us or to me particularly.
Mm.
But for me, she's always been like my baby sister.
Yeah.
And very recently I've realized that she has grown up and she is a matured individual of her own. But growing up, like you said, even in school, if I remember when she got her first periods, at that point she had no
Mhm.
idea about it, and it was a situation
Yes.
I was in. I think I was in 10th or 11th standard, and I was called suddenly by her class teacher, and I was so worried. What happened? Did something happen to her? And then she was crying. I still remember her face.
Oh,
And then we had taken her, changed her, and then she had gone home. But yeah, so these instances where you are supposed to act like the one who needs to take care. I
mm.
think that has kind of it has grown on me over the years so much that
Yes.
now in almost all the situations she might not even need me, but I just want to be there for her. You know what
Yes.
I'm
You
saying?
overthink on their
You
behalf.
over, yeah. So yeah, it's more like nobody's asked us to do and behave in this way. It's just
Yeah.
that the situations demanded a certain type of reaction from us, and we acted
Mm-hmm.
according to it. We just forgot when to put a full stop to it because we are not children
Yes.
anymore, right?
Yeah. I think when we were younger, it made a lot more sense because the two sisters, or maybe a brother and sister, are so different individually. And we are
Yeah,
so scared about what might come for them. We
yeah,
start protecting them so much that probably sometimes we devoid them of their own experiences and
yeah,
probably dealing them on their own.
yeah.
I mean, congratulations to you that you have now realized that your sister is an individual and she can take care of herself. I'm yet to arrive at that position. I
Yeah,
think your motherhood has, helped
yeah,
you distance a little, because
yeah,
I know, of course, you can't consider your 30-year-old sister a child when you have like a little child in front of
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
I'm yet to experience that. I'm yet to like leave her teeny tiny
Fully.
finger and let her go into the world. I hope I do that soon.
Yeah. Do you also think that this elder sister syndrome also extended your role in your family? So did you go beyond your role of sister, as in always being there for the family, the person who is there for everyone, everyone is coming to you, but then when you are vulnerable, when you are in your lows, you just have put a strong face to yourself, and you basically don't have anyone to go to. Has that happened to you?
It is
I
a
know the
touchy
answer,
topic.
but I want you to say it.
Yes, I think you're right. I have, extended that part of me to almost everybody in my family, being the elder daughter. And somewhere I think when it's just, I'm sure you'll understand this, when it's only two daughters in a family, the
Yeah,
elder one always tries to be the son. So you suddenly like want to take over the whole, heaven and earth, and then you just want every responsibility on your shoulder. You suddenly want to make all the decisions. And it so happened that, I was not just babying my sister, I
yeah,
was also babying my mother. I was the only one who could speak to my dad in a certain way or make them
yeah,
understand of certain things. So
yeah,
I think I remember that I became an adult even when, say, I was, say, 10 years old or 9
yeah,
years old. If
yeah,
there was any convincing that was supposed to happen, I had
yeah,
to do it.
yeah,
And similarly, and now it so happens that if there is a family function or if there is anything happening in our place or even in like the close relatives,
yeah.
they trust me so much that they give me so much responsibility. Sometimes I invite for it and I take
You
up so
invite
much
for it.
responsibility. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because somewhere the moment somebody comes and asks me for a suggestion, I mean, the
Yep.
need to control
Yeah,
everything. I just don't give them a suggestion and just part ways with it.
yeah.
I would then tell them how to do. And
Yeah.
then I would tell them a little more. And so I
You
think
follow up, you get worried. Yeah,
yes, yes, I do all of it. And then I think it does spill into every other area of mine. And the second part of the question, that does it like make me feel that I don't have anyone to go to? Yes, that is very much true because I think people underestimate being the elder daughter of the family. It also spills into elder daughter syndrome
Yeah.
because we take so much responsibility, sometimes without being asked for, or sometimes without being needed for. The way I am to my family, I definitely felt like I wish I had somebody. Of course, you're being responsible, you're being action oriented, you're doing everything.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who I start thinking about things a little too late, especially about my emotions. So I could process the passing of my parents much, much later. I mean, I remember, I think it struck me about my dad's passing only after 8 months of us losing him.
Yeah.
And my mother a little sooner because when one parent, I mean, you also lost your father, you know that when one parent passes away, the whole of your world revolves around that second
Yeah.
parent. You
Yeah.
want them to feel okay,
Yeah.
you want them to feel loved,
They
you
are
don't
your
want them
only
to feel
parent then.
alone. Yes, yes. You
Yeah.
don't want to feel, to make them feel
Yeah.
lonely.
Yeah.
So you go over and beyond to do everything. And suddenly, when I lost my second parent too,
Yeah.
it suddenly felt like I did not have anything to do. I
Mm.
have never thought of having children very seriously in my life, but that was the only time. The only time when I lost my mom is the time when I thought I wish I had children. Maybe I had better purpose in my life. Um,
Yeah.
I I mean I go to therapy for it, but even my therapist told the same thing that you literally are trying to run away from your own love and emotions for your parents to an extent that the moment some as long as I'm speaking about good things about my parents, I'm okay. The moment I start speaking about their hospitalization or them passing, I would intentionally go out of my way to just change the topic, whoever it is in front of me. I
Yeah.
think it is difficult to trust somebody as much as others trust you.
When you are vulnerable, you don't know how to express it. I think you've also come to the acceptance much later. So, how will
Yeah,
you tell anyone if you have not realized it
exactly.
yourself? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and this resonates with me so well because what happens is because you're so used to of being there for everyone, you are kind of making them practice to see your stronger side always. The one, so you are like the stoic, you are like the person who is doing all the running around. You also
Mm.
have a burden that nobody should come and tell your parents that, hey, you don't have a son, and
Yes.
you want that facade to be there. At the same
Mm.
time, you don't want your parents to feel it as well. It's not
Yes,
that
yes.
you are just protecting them from someone else saying it to them. Even if they're not feeling it themselves, they have two educated daughters who can take care of themselves, but you just want to always have that protective side that no, they shouldn't even feel it
Yeah.
this way. And second, because you've been there for the family, like the point that you said that you were somebody who could speak to your father in a certain manner, like the elder child, much earlier than you were in those years.
Mm.
I think it's very important for us to kind of go and ask for help, even if it is a late realization, Anusha. Because, and this happened to me very recently, that one day my sister reached out to me, and she was just visiting me, and she saw that I'm struggling with the baby, and so she saw me struggling, and then she said that why can't you ask me that, there are these days when you're feeling low, I will come to you, I want to help. And then it struck me that yes, she is
You
here, I
never
can
thought.
seek her help. Yeah. And
Yes,
it is
yes,
such a
yes, yes.
small thing for her as well. She would
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
she would happily do it out of her own love.
Absolutely.
But then
And
I didn't
imagine it
think,
would break our heart to know that, our sister is in a certain soup and they're
yeah,
not calling us for help.
yeah,
We would,
exactly.
and but we
They
would not
might,
reciprocate the same.
yeah, they might think that either I don't have the same feelings for her that she has for me, or she would think that I don't perceive her capable of taking care of me.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
are completely incorrect. It's more of
Yes,
a reflection
absolutely.
of who I am as a person or who I have become as a person. Nothing
Yeah.
on her. I should reach out. It is as
Yes.
simple. And for same for you, even if it has happened, like the realization is late, that's fine. But then express it. I think that's one thing that you should start
Yes.
doing.
And
And
I think, I mean, life has put us in situations where she has taken immense responsibilities in
yeah,
other ways.
yeah,
She was here, she was taking care of my parents when I was abroad. Almost every decision that she was taking in her life, she would call me. And I think it did not even occur to me that this is not normal because I am not someone who takes anybody's permission. I think that is one more side effect of being the elder
yeah.
child or elder
You think
sister
of
that
yourself as the ultimate authority,
exactly,
the Miss Know
exactly.
It All.
I feel like I'm the supreme authority and I just take all the decisions by myself.
Yeah.
And I think it took someone else, I mean, a third person, that is my husband, to come and say that, do you realize she's literally asking you for, I mean, discussing with you or calling you up about everything? These
Yeah.
are very tiny things. She doesn't have to ask you about the color of the curtains. So it's like, it's not normal.
Yeah, so that brings me to the next question. Um, when did you realize that your sister is perfectly capable of taking care of herself independently and she doesn't need to ask? But when did you realize that she's quietly taking all the responsibility and doing it well?
I've never questioned her ability to take responsibility in general. She
Okay.
has done that time and again because the moment I stepped out of my home to do my master's,
Yeah.
and when I left, I had my grandfather who was paralyzed
Yeah.
on the
I
bed,
remember.
and it had already been like about a year or so. I
Yeah.
had taken care of him in his early days of that, but when I stepped out, he was still there with us for the next 3 years, and she took care of him, my elderly nanny, and
Yeah.
my mom very well. And of course, my mom also stepped in a lot of things. My grandmother was also, helping us out. She was like the lioness of the house, but she started taking responsibility at a very, very young age. So even today and even going forward, I never doubted her capacity to take responsibility of people around her or of a house or things like that. But
Yeah.
I'm still not 100% sure if I can give her responsibility to anybody
This is
else.
more on you.
Yes, yes, yes. I
And
trust her immensely.
have you ever let her do things independently without consulting you?
Um,
And if you have, then what did you feel? Did you feel like withdrawal symptoms almost, or did you feel guilt that you were not there?
Guilt was definitely there. I think guilt is what I can relate to more because it happened very recently. I mean, after my mother passed away, we had some time apart, and that was the time when I actually let her be a little. Um, there were no withdrawal symptoms as such, but there was definitely guilt that maybe I'm not guiding her enough, or maybe I'm not taking care of her enough. And mind you, she's 30. I want to tell myself, no, you're just giving her wings. But it's a very conscious decision to tell myself that.
Let me remind you, you lost your parents too.
It has felt in some situations that, I have lost my parents too.
Yeah.
And I can have those feelings as well. And I should also give myself a chance to,
Be
just take it all,
vulnerable. Yeah.
not just be the elder sister always, and not just be, even she realizes that now.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I kudos to her that, it happened even just a couple of days ago. I was like missing my mom a lot, and then I was like quietly crying. I was on the breakfast table and I was like looking some other way, and there was just because it's been a few months after my mom passed, and I've only started to like resolve all these things inside my head in the last couple of months. And I was quietly crying like anything. And then after some time, I couldn't control and I just went inside and she did not come after me. I went
Yeah.
inside, I cried a lot. And much later, I think almost an hour later, she came, she hugged me, she spoke to me, and then she said, she said, I did not come in because you would try to like put a strong front in front of me.
Yeah.
I want you to process the feelings.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
That's so
yeah, I
matured
mean,
of her.
yes, yes, yes. I don't know if I would have done that to her.
Yeah,
for
you would
her.
have gone and definitely started to talk some
Yes,
sense into
yes,
her, or just
yes, yes.
hugging her, cuddling her, coddling her. Yes, I know. I can relate.
But that 1 hour, I literally sat with myself. I cried. I looked at my mom's pictures. I cried a little more, and I felt lighter after that. And she's absolutely right. I would have stopped crying the moment she steps in because I wouldn't want to make her cry. And
So my next question is, Anushka, a fun take on the sibling relationship and being the elder daughter. So one of the side effects of being the elder daughter is you have to, with or without your will, entertain relatives, guests.
oh my,
What do you have to say about that?
that is so true. That is so true because somewhere I think even the society takes the elder daughter as the next responsible one after their parents.
Yeah.
Almost everybody comes to you, and it is impossible for you to like not engage with them or not speak to them. While my sister has to do nothing of that sort.
Yeah.
And it happened very recently. One of our relatives were trying to call up for some reason, for just to check on us, normal questions. And they called me up and I couldn't say no. And I had to talk to them, just be very polite and nice. And they tried to reach out to my sister too. She did not pick up the call. She said she was in the washroom. And I was like, then did you not call them up after you
Yeah.
came out? So
Yeah.
she was like, no. I thought if it was so important, they'll call me back. And I mean, she can literally like remove unwanted people in her life
Yeah.
much more easier than,
Yeah.
me.
Same
That is
with my
something that we
sister.
should learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least at some places, I feel like, why don't you just go ahead and do it?
Yeah.
Why don't you just take that call? Why don't you call them up and speak to them? But oh my God,
Yeah.
that is a very big hidden challenge.
Yeah. 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 That's so true. I have been put into that position so many times where I know that she would not even come out of the room and I will have to entertain the guests, talk to them for some time. Yeah, yeah, giving them something to eat or whatever. At least asking them, if not actually
Yeah.
serving it, asking them all of that. So yeah, I think my sister has had her own escapes all throughout life. She doesn't have to entertain any people that she doesn't want to. And it's not that I have a lot of love for them. I may equally hate them
Obviously.
from inside.
Or more. Or I think we also think as if we are like representing the family,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
I think it comes from that.
And nobody asked us that the family's reputation is in your hands, so you need to act
Exactly.
in a certain way. Something that we just took on from an early age and continued with it and are still living it. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And do you think, Anusha, in whatever observations that you've made so far in life, do you think it's an equal burden on elder brothers? Or do you think it's different for them?
I think it's very different. Very, very different. And we are becoming mothers even when we don't have to, or we are not.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't think elder brothers have so much of, need to take care of everything and the want and then literally their heart beating with their younger sibling. Of course, they might have even the best of the brothers.
Yeah.
I think they are able to maintain their space.
Yeah.
They they start treating their younger brother as a friend much sooner than we do.
I see that in my husband and my brother-in-law. They are more friends than I am with my sister. So something that
Yes,
we
yes.
can learn from.
Poor sisters, yeah, the younger sisters are always. I mean, I'm sure they can do their trauma bonding separately.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. So coming back to you again, Anusha, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I would want to tell her that start treating your sister like your friend and
Friend.
not your daughter.
Yeah.
I think I wish I did that much earlier. I mean, she would be and she is a great friend. And I wish I started treating her like a friend much sooner.
Okay. Who do you go to now when you're feeling low, on days when you're not feeling well?
Practical answer, therapist. I think the only time when I have felt like I'm the younger one and I am being taken care of is when I came to MBA and I met you and our very dear friend Apurva.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first time ever that I was being looked at as, oh, she's the younger one. Oh, she's probably less mature, or maybe not less responsible, I'm sure. I mean, so that was the time when I felt like I could look up to both of you. And of course, that has continued. Having said that, I think I have tried to, you know, talk and confide a lot in my husband. He's the younger child. He's the younger sibling out of them. But I think I have taken the perspective, the way he gives his own perspective on things objectively
Yeah.
is very, very different. And because it also comes from a place of love and empathy,
Yeah.
I think it makes me feel a lot more secure. And he's someone who would sit beside me even when I'm like continuously crying and not speaking a word for an hour or two together.
Yeah.
He would still be there by my side. And as a husband, he has learned it the hard way that you do not need to give us advice all the time. Sometimes you just
Sometimes you just listen. That's it.
yes. And but I think he has become a pro at that now.
But I'm so happy that you have somebody to go to on a more regular basis. And of course, we are there. On that note, thank you so much, Anusha. Thank you for taking the time out. Um, s- I just want to say that, think about yourself a little more.
I'm learning from you. You've been a very, very, very responsible elder sister all through your life. And I cannot imagine, having like a full-time corporate career, being a mother, being a wife, and then plus being that elder daughter, elder sister. Look up to you a lot.
अरे thank you so much. तुमने तो मतलब you've just made me so emotional saying that.
You
But no, I think I just want to leave the listeners with just one thought, and especially to all the elder sisters, the elder daughters of the family, that you've been carrying this weight for all your life. Just to stop somewhere and let your younger siblings, be it your younger sister or your younger brother, let them take the responsibility. And it never means that you don't love them anymore when you when you pass that baton to them. It's just that you have started respecting them more. That's when I think healthy relationships, healthy sibling relationships will start developing.
But I also want to say that, this responsibility comes with a lot of joy and happiness. It feels like you have a twin for your life who is
I agree.
physically, emotionally, always going to be there with you. It just having a little sister feels like you just have someone. You are never, ever, ever alone in this world.
Because we are happily doing it. And in that, you're forgetting when we need our own space and time, and we need to pause and we need to draw the line. So I think that's one homework for all the listeners who are elder daughters. And from this episode, think about it and start speaking up and asking for help when you need to. Don't just be the lone show picking up all the battles. They can be shared and still won. Thank you. Bye.